Saturday night
Time for your weekly dose of pop culture.
with Kathy and Kenny. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. It is Saturday night, time for Kathy and Kenny as we explain pop culture. Kenny, my brother, what's up? Hello. You know what? I
Well,
had to go and do it. I changed the shirt.
you changed your shirt. Look at that. So we are wearing the Words Out production shirt.
Keep
Uh,
putting the words out.
putting your words out, and the shirt represents my label, and I have a record label, and my beard is all messed up. I didn't even comb it out right. But anyway, my it represents my record label, and it's been shaky getting off the ground. You have to have the right team of people around you, and I think I might have started to find the right team. We were in the studio last month, and we have some great stuff coming out that we're working on, and I have to do all the particulars, all the legal stuff is my job to do. But we're trying to build this company. I'm trying to build this company up. But that's neither here nor there. Just keep putting your words out, and it's something I use with my spoken word and everything like that. Just keep putting your words out. So, and that being said, yes, I have two t-shirts left. If you want if you want a words out t-shirt, let me know. I still have a few left. I usually sell them for like $10, but it is what it is. But in anyway, how you doing, Kathy?
I am doing well, doing good. I mean, a nice,
Yeah, yeah.
relaxing weekend. And I know we moved to Sunday because of the play, but if Sunday works, then hey, maybe this can kind of
Sunday works.
ch- chill me out
Sunday
because
works.
usually I am home on Sunday night getting ready for the week ahead. Although my bedtime is 9 o'clock. Like my watch
Well,
goes dark after 9 because I'm supposed to be winding down, getting ready for bed. Because I'm old. Because I
well,
got
you're not,
6 months till I'm 60, so I'm like I'm in the final stages, man. I'm
you're
like
not old. You're not old.
it's my 60th year. So on my
Um,
channel, kwalkomedy, I'm going to devote it to just all the different funky, fun things I want to do before I hit 60. And on my 60th birthday, I'm planning to run a half marathon. So, yeah,
and you're gonna do that in Philly, right?
I'm going to do it in Philly, where I was
We,
born.
we got,
So
we
if
gotta
it
think
kills me,
of
that's where I'll
we
die.
gotta think of a big way to blow out your 60th birthday, like have a big party or something. We got.
No, I'm not a big party person. I'm like
I am.
I'm like an extroverted introvert, so I
Yeah,
just like to hang
I'm
out
a
with
big party
myself.
person, and that sounds like a good reason to have a party. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, and actually, with my new position, I might have to travel the next day. I might need to leave Philadelphia and go straight to California. So,
Really?
I'm not going to be doing much partying because I can't party before my birthday because I got to do a race. So I got to go to bed early. So I'm going to do the race early that morning on my birthday. And chances are I'm going to have to fly. I was planning to fly out Monday and just come back Monday, take a day off, but I might have to go to a conference on Monday. So, I might have to fly
Well,
out that night of
look,
my
look,
birthday.
we'll figure it out. You can sober up on the plane. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
No, nobody wants to be drunk for a red eye flight to
That's
California because
okay.
that's where the
That's okay. So you guys all heard it first. Party, party, party for Kathy. Then we're gonna put her on a plane. We'll get her to the plane. Like you,
all right. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
we're
Well,
gonna talk about pop culture news.
some pop culture news. Okay.
Some pop culture news.
All right. Pop culture
Now, all the
news.
pop
I
culture
feel like
news,
I
right?
need a sound for pop culture news because I don't have like a. It's time now, once again, for pop
Pop
culture
culture
news
news.
coming at you on Kathy and Kenny explain pop culture. I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
like the generic music that they
I
have in there. So, what's up with pop culture news? You had
let's
a
break
lot
it
of little
down.
news
So first,
tidbits. So, I
so
might get
first
them
there's a
all out of
young singer.
order.
There's a young singer who was on a TV show on Disney, I believe, or was it Nickelodeon? I forget which one. But Olivia Rodrigo is big
Ah,
with the young folks now and
okay.
big with the kids.
Oh, okay. Uh, Actually, there is a show coming on. I think ID. I think it's at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and it's like
Mhm.
a behind the scenes thing talking about like kids in Hollywood, and evidently some nasty stuff was going on with some of these uh with a voice coach or something at
Yeah.
Nickelodeon. But go ahead.
Yes. Yeah.
What's up with
Well, Olivia
Olivia
Rodrigo,
Rodrigo?
she she did a concert in Missouri, and Missouri is one of those states where abortion is banned.
Oh,
So she is known for being a lot of these young performers are speaking out on things that they believe in. You know, you got hey Lisa, how you doing? You got Taylor Swift, who's very vocal about being anti-Trump and voting. You got a lot of other these young people. Olivia Rodrigo, um, in the state that bans abortion, Olivia Rodrigo handed out contraceptives at her concert.
dude. Whoa.
Yeah, she handed out contraceptives
She went
at
there.
her concert. Yeah, hey,
So
she knows kids are
you know
coming.
what? I guess I'm bad. I can't tell one of these like new young singers from the next.
Oh
I
yeah.
couldn't tell you an Olivia Rodrigo song if you help me to gunpoint. That's how.
Now, if I had one of you, now, if I had one of you, if I had, especially Olivia, if I had Olivia here, well, my daughter Olivia, she would tell you exactly. She had me
Okay.
listen to Olivia Rodrigo one day in the car because I made the mistake of giving her the control of the music and the Spotify that came through. So
Yeah,
that
I
was
wouldn't
my bad.
know an
Totally.
Olivia Rodrigo song if it hit me in the head. And I mean, by
And
the
she
same
had a TV
token,
show,
like
one of those Paul boys. She had a TV show, one of those Paul boys,
one of those Paul boys.
like Logan Paul or whatever.
Oh,
She
okay.
had a TV show, one of those guys. One of those guys was in it.
Now I do
So
know
moving
Selena
on.
Gomez because I watch Only Murders in the Building, but I could not
Yeah,
tell you
yeah.
a single Selena Gomez song. I'm just
No, I can't tell you that either. I've heard them. I just can't tell you. So next we have Madonna with Big Foot in Your Mouth disease, and
she wasn't she in the news last week or the week before
yeah,
or
I think
something?
she
Because
was.
she had
Because
Luther in
she
her
put
AIDS.
Luther, yeah, she put Luther Vandross on her AIDS tribute, and the organization that represents Luther Vandross since he passed away said, hey, he did not pass away from AIDS. He did not die of AIDS. Take him off that
Check your
screen for that. Like,
facts. But what'd she
don't
do
do that.
this time?
This time, she called out some fans for sitting at her concert. Come
Oh,
to find out, she realized that the fans were wheelchair bound. They were
ouch.
handicapped. So she apologized and took some steps back. This was last Thursday in Los Angeles.
Yikes.
Not the Thursday just passed, but the Thursday
Well,
before that. 2 Thursdays
again,
ago.
you make a mistake, you apologize, you move on. I don't even know why that's newsworthy, but okay, you put it in the news. We'll talk about it, I guess. That
Now,
doesn't feel newsworthy to me, but maybe that's just me.
well, um, next we have Wendy Williams is back in the news again. We know Wendy Williams now suffers from frontotemporal dementia and aphasia,
Hmm. That's the
and
same
we know
thing that Bruce Willis, right, has been
yes,
diagnosed with,
I believe
like
so.
a form of
I believe
dementia.
so. And we know that she got divorced from her husband. And we
Oh
all
wow.
saw her on that interview and everything. We know she doesn't look good. But
No,
her
I just
husband,
thought that
Kevin
TV
Hunter,
show was horrible. I couldn't watch it. It just,
yeah,
and
I
again,
saw
I know
her.
she has, you could tell she has thyroid eye disease because her
Yeah,
eyes are big and bulging. And I'm sorry, I'm playing with my mic and no, it's horrible for the sound. But before we started, it felt right. Now it didn't feel right. So hopefully it feels right. You can hear me. But yeah, Wendy Williams, I didn't realize she was divorced, but I guess her husband wasn't like in that special. That they did show
no.
some other relatives. But in any case, whoever her people are, they weren't taking good care of her because that should never have been aired. Make some things.
Well,
Not everything needs to be for public spectacle.
I think one of the things that one of the reasons I read somewhere where they wanted to air that was because they wanted to make people aware of this condition if their families are going through the same thing.
Okay. All right.
So it was like an awareness thing. But in any event, her husband, Kevin Hunter, who the whole story is, it happened a few years ago, he cheated on her, had an affair, and then they got divorced. And knowing the condition that this guy is, to me, he's kind of low. I don't know the whole specifics of it, but apparently he is filing for 2 years back alimony.
Okay.
So he wants to back alimony of this sick woman. Like, come on, man. Really? Is that what we're doing? Really?
It
I know
sounds
you
like
might be
that's
a
what
little
he's doing.
bitter, but you can tell the woman's not healthy, and all you want is money. So there you go. Be careful who you marry. Be careful who you marry.
Words
I
from
wasn't. I
someone who
wasn't.
knows.
Someone who knows, yes. Next we have Beyonce is back in the news, and
What
her new
behind
album.
her?
She everybody was wondering about her new album and what was going to be called and what was going to be the
Hey,
theme of.
Lisa, I would agree. He is low down and dirty for wanting more money from her. Cause
Yes,
that,
he is
yeah,
very
that's
down there.
ridiculous.
Get a job, man. Get a job. Beyonce's new album will be called
Cowboy Carter.
Cowboy
Oh,
Carter.
I'm sorry, I jumped a punch.
Yes,
But
and
it's
it
a
drops
country
March
album.
29th.
And I mean, you got to be a hardcore fan because I'm not going to say I don't like country music because I do, and there have been songs that really resonate with me. I actually do like that Gwen Stefani, Blake Shelton song "Purple Irises," but that's more poppy than country. And I love Patsy Cline. She's like one of my all time favorites. Like if I a wall of fame of
Yeah,
my favorite singers, she is up there. Uh, you know, with Tina, with Irene. God, I only like dead singers. Dinah
yeah,
Washington,
I see that.
Patsy
I see
Cline,
that.
Jackie Wilson. God, there is a theme here. Anyway, but
You said
Patsy, oh, she is just the bomb on steroids. But in any case, so it's not that I'm anti-country, and there are certain other
yes.
songs and tunes I like, but it's just not my go-to. Like if I'm driving in a car, if I'm doing housework or whatever, it's I don't know whether I'd listen to it, and I don't know if
Well,
I'm a
I
big
will
enough
tell you.
Beyonce fan to follow her into that genre. It
I
just
will
ain't.
tell you. I have friends in low places, and we like to eat a little bit of country fried chicken fried. I'm just saying. So
Now
next on
I
our
do
list.
play country when I have to do sets for these school dances, so I'll throw some country in. Just to be fair,
I
some
don't mind. I don't
country,
mind
some
country.
some Latinos, some salsa. I'll mix it up. Although I
I
hate that.
I don't mind. My
What they call
oldest daughter, my oldest daughter, technically my stepdaughter, but Justine listens to country.
it? Okay,
So if
bless
any
her
question
heart.
about country, I call Justine up, and she'll tell me about country. And I have a friend, my friend Kim
But
listens to country too.
evidently, Beyonce can do no wrong because her song went number one, even though country
Yeah,
stations were
yeah,
refusing to play it. So
yeah,
you don't mess with the
yeah.
Beehive because
And that
I
Duke
mean you
boy is
have a
all mad
fan
about me
base,
still, so he's gonna have to be mad.
you
He's
know.
gonna have to be mad. The Beehive came after him. He's gonna have to be mad.
Uh, we need to work on our fan base because they will go to bat for you for anything you do because between the little monsters, the Swifties, the Beliebers, the Beehive, I mean these artists could
Yeah,
probably do anything. They could probably release an album of just heavy breathing and these folks
yeah.
would buy it.
Hey, look, Andre 3000
Oh right, the
opened up,
flautist,
came
he
out with an album about with flutes, and him playing flutes, and people bought it. So I mean,
eh,
come on. If
well,
you
I
got the
heard it
fan
was
base,
actually
you
pretty
win.
good. I didn't hear it, so I probably
I heard,
need to
yeah, I heard it
try to
too.
find it on Spotify.
Yeah, I
That
need to
might be
find that.
something good to listen to help me like meditate and sleep. Cause can I be honest? Friday night, I did not fall asleep till 4 o'clock in the morning.
I've been having trouble sleeping too.
I was like,
I'm
I'm
having a
like,
lot of
I
trouble
need a
sleeping.
cure. I don't know what was going on. I just could not sleep.
I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping myself.
It was crazy. All right, let's move on with the news because we're like
Yeah.
15 minutes
Yeah,
in.
we're like, yeah. So Janice Burgess, the creator of Backyardigans, dies at age 72. That was on Nick Jr. People who have kids and grandkids know the Backyardigans, but the woman who created that, she was a producer and she created that, and she did a lot of other, she was involved in a lot of the children's television, and she passed away.
Mm.
Apparently, there's Sharon Stone, William Baldwin beef. The movie producer of the movie Sliver, Robert Evans, apparently back in '93 told Sharon Stone to give William Baldwin some noogie to make the
How
scenes
old are
better.
you?
What
Give Will
noogie?
Baldwin some.
I'm trying to be PG.
Okay,
Noogie,
I appreciate your PG-ness, but
you know.
you can be PG.
So
Say told him to have sex.
yeah, no, he told him to have sex.
Okay, or
He
or
told her to get But William Baldwin says that after reading the article, William Baldwin says that for her to still be talking about this, she must be hung up on it because she was coming on. Apparently, William Baldwin was like, she was coming on to me, and she had a crush on me. So, I don't know, William. I mean, it is Sharon Stone back in the '90s. I don't. I'm trying to. She can have anybody she wants, and I don't know, Billy. I don't know, buddy. Doesn't sound please. Doesn't sound like realistic to me. So next in our news is X-Men '97 is premiering on Disney Plus on the 20th. Now, for a lot of people who were kids in the '90s or had kids in the '90s, the X-Men '90s TV show was the bomb diggity. Like everybody loved this show. It had like 4 or 5 seasons. X-Men, X-Men was the bomb. Well,
okay, I have to take
apparently,
your word for it. That's pop
no,
culture
no, it was.
underground.
It was really the bomb, and it was a good cartoon. It was up there with. There's a lot of cartoons that were good, especially in the '90s and early 2000s. The Adventures of the Adventures of Batman, the Adventures of Superman. Those were like good, but X Men was up there with them, and X Men '97 is a revival where they're picking up where they left off. It's going to be on Disney Plus, and it's coming out March the 20th.
Okay, that's in two
Make sure you
days,
check
right?
that out.
Or 3 days.
Yeah,
It's the 17th.
and last but not least on our list, Don Lemon and Elon Musk. Now, Don Lemon was supposed to have a show broadcast on X or something like that. They had a deal. But Don Lemon interviewed Elon Musk, and Don Lemon, being Don Lemon, didn't pull any punches for his new boss. And after the interview, Elon Musk said, "This Negro ain't getting a show on my station,"
Oh
and
yeah.
it was cut. Yes,
Ouch.
yes. So
How do you know he
after
said
the
this
interview,
Negro?
huh?
How do you know he said this Negro?
Look, listen, listen. I was being. I'm still trying to keep it PG. Okay.
Well, you misquote people, and that's not right. I mean, I'm no, and this is weird for me to say. I'm no Elon Musk fan, but I don't want to
Yeah.
misquote
I'm
the
not
man
look.
or
People at
misrepresent.
look, the people at the cookout know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Now, I want to add something on to the news because if you go to Regal Theater, we have a new Ghostbusters movie coming out soon. But if you go to the Regal
Oh,
Theater,
yikes! Yikes!
they have
You're
a
not taking it out the
um
bag.
yeah they have I have it now, but the Regal Theater are selling these. They're like $25. The Regal Theater, these are the Ghostbusters trappers for the
I'm gonna put
Ghostbusters
you on a
movie.
big screen so we could get a better look. Go
Okay.
ahead.
These are the Ghostbusters trappers. I'm not taking mine out the bag because these are collectibles. So I might have to go buy another one that I actually can take out the bag. And there's some things you have to put together. So you get a little thing, little thing, and it rolls. It's got wheels on the bottom of it. But
So
these
it's a bag.
no, it's a trapper. It's the actual box. It's a plastic box.
Uh
That's
huh.
the trapper, and it's in a
What
bag.
does it do?
It opens up, and at the movie theater, you can only get these at Regal. At the Regal movie theater, they serve popcorn in these.
Oh, okay.
So you can open it up and put popcorn in it. But these are actually collectible items, and I might have to go buy another one that I can open up, but this one will not get opened up. We're
Okay.
gonna.
They're only for opening weekend, or will they still have them?
Well, when I went there, they still had them.
Okay.
So, and I know it's at the Regals in New Jersey. I'm assuming it's the Regals everywhere.
I don't know if
So
I'm
go.
near a Regal because now I want one. Just you know. Oh, actually, uh do I need three of them? One to keep mint in box, one to open and play with, and one to put on display. That's a Howard Stern reference, and I know you don't watch Howard Stern, but anyway, that's
You know what?
Ralph Cirillo. But
On my
anyway,
way home, I have Daddy stop, and I'll get you one because I want
no,
another one.
I was about to say I don't need one.
You
Actually,
sure?
I don't know whether I think there is a Regal Theater in Morristown, not too far from me. So if
Yeah. Well, Morristown
I
here.
wonder,
There's
because you know our friend Steve Hey Archer, uh, some of the channels that we list on that on our channel that you need to check out. One of them is Hey Archer, nerd affiliated, and he is all about like he's built his own proton pack, and I'm sure he has already seen the new Ghostbusters. I'll be on his channel looking for. I'm sure if he got one, he'll do an unboxing of that proton pack that you were displaying. But that's a channel you ought to check out, as well as our friends at the VHS Club. If you are hanging out on a Thursday night at around 9 o'clock, check out the VHS Club. It is so much fun because they review old movies that you know you've seen. And I'm still waiting for them to do Fame, but they did. So I Married an Axe Murderer, and I wonder if they've ever done Better Off Dead. I might recommend that one to them too. Yeah, but
Now
anyway,
they're on YouTube, right?
they're on YouTube, the VHS Club. But okay,
The
let's get
VHS
on to
Club.
our list because it's we're 25 minutes in and we have not hit our list, so we need to hit our list. Are you ready? Do you
Okay,
have
I am
a list?
ready.
'Cause
Like
here's
Helen,
how it
I'm
works
ready.
for those of you new to Kathy and Kenny explain pop culture. If you're new here, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. If you are new here, hey, consider giving us a like or thumbs up. We appreciate that as well. But I was going to do all the plugs, but I figure maybe not because we need to get to the list. But each week we kind of take a topic in pop culture and we explore. Kenny usually comes up with the list. I come up with the graphics and some of the other and the thumbnails. And that's what we do. We hang out. We used to hang out on Saturday nights. We've been hanging out on Sunday nights. And if that works for you guys to hang out, then by all means, we'll keep it on Sunday nights. And in the comments, we welcome your comments because we might have forgotten someone. And that is a big possibility.
If you're
Sometimes our
listening
lists
in,
are so long, we shorten them down. So, by all means, weigh in the comments with your opinions or your okay, or don't do that because that would mean we were back at the intro. You know what? The little buttons I click have pictures on them, and the picture of the pre-show music is the same as the thumbnail, which is why I picked. Now I put in the thumbnail women singing with Oscars because we were talking about it last week. Last week, as you know, was the Oscar ceremony. And when Billie Eilish and her brother won for a second time, I thought, oh, how about we do a feature of all the women who are singers, like pop singers or yeah, I think all these singers, all these people have had pop records. Some of them won for their music, some of them won for their acting. So that's the premise. Am I right with that, Kenny? That's the
yeah,
premise. Pop
yes, that's
singers are
they're pop singers and they're
female
in here.
singers, because
Yeah,
we're kind of putting the spotlight on women this month because it's March, it's Women's History Month, and we wanted to talk about female singers who have held the golden statue and won the Oscar.
yeah. So
And
first we're gonna start off with we're gonna go to oldie but goodie. Judy Garland, who won the Academy for Juvenile Award in 1939. So I guess she was a juvenile back in those days, with Wizard of Oz, and she got a special award for being an outstanding juvenile, and
And
she
you
was
know
the
what?
singer.
I was actually researching into this because Kenny shares the list with me early in the week, so I can kind of look it over and do the slideshow. But evidently, they did it from like 37 to 61 that they awarded like juvenile awards. So, and what I was surprised that Natalie Wood never won one, and she was one of the child actors who, to me, made that successful transition. Like I think
Unfortunately,
Mickey Rooney won one, Shirley Temple got one, but they all these stars that they listed. Um, and then I read another article about what happened to them because, like I said, I'm probably gonna check out on that ID channel when we're done, that special, that kind of behind the scene special.
yeah,
But for some reason, child actors have a rough time, although some make it on the other side unscathed. And I was actually surfing YouTube watching Facts of Life reunions, and it looks like they all made it through without any drug or major problems. But
yes, they did. They did.
Judy Garland, I don't think she ever got a regular Academy Award, not a non-juvenile Academy Award, did
I
she?
think she might have.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think she did. I don't think she. I don't think she won any here yet.
Oh,
Next, we're going
I
to
might
go to your favorite,
my
Irene Cara.
favorite, my
Uh,
favorite.
she won a best song, best original song in 1983 for Flashdance. What a feeling! And she
Okay.
was the first Black woman to win this award.
Oh, awesome. But I was looking at I found this one picture because I was trying to find pictures with them with an Oscar. And I think a lot of people think even though the show Fame, or I'm sorry, the song Fame won an Oscar for the music, she did not write it. Whereas
Yeah,
Flashdance, she wrote it. So
yeah.
and I think she wrote it with that other guy standing there. And I'm imagining that um what is his name? Matthew Broderick and Jennifer Beals were the presenters. I don't know. I was trying to figure out what the hell is going on with this photo, but I
You
couldn't quite make it out.
Irene Cara was a very beautiful woman. I will say that. She's a very beautiful woman. She was. Okay, next on our list is Annie Lennox. One of
Annie
my favorites. I love her vocals. Her vocals
and
are just to die for.
oh,
She
oh, oh,
is has
Kenny, I got
such.
Annie Lennox news. I got Annie Lennox
Yes,
news.
yes. What's your Annie Lennox news?
She is in the process of working on a new album. And
Wow.
guess who will be participating, helping to write and background musicians? My
Wendy and
favorites.
Lisa.
Who?
Wendy and Lisa.
Wendy and Lisa. Yep.
Wow. Oh my
Wendy,
God.
Lisa,
I would
and
have to hear
Lennox
that
in the
song.
studio. So
I need to
they're
hear
gonna be
that song.
jamming. But she
I
actually
need to hear
won
that song.
for the song Into the West and from the Lord of the Rings, right?
Yes, in the Lord. I typed it wrong, but yeah, in the Lord of the Rings, and that was in 2004. So next we have Billie Eilish, and his her brother Phineas O'Connell, who won for Best Original Song in 2022 for the James Bond movie No Time to Die.
Are they related to
And
George?
they just won for the Best Original Song in 2024, and for what was I made for? Excuse me, what was I made for in the Barbie movie?
That was from the Barbie movie, yeah. But I
I
didn't
still
realize they
haven't
had
seen that.
won
I
it
still haven't
before.
had the urge to see that.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I still haven't had the urge to see the Barbie movie.
I did watch the Barbie movie. I didn't love it. I didn't
Yeah,
hate it. I didn't love it. I thought it was okay. I don't know whether it was
yeah.
worth the hype. Um,
It's not. I don't think I
I
can
don't
drink
know.
enough to watch the Barbie movie.
Like, and I can get when you're trying to like make a point in the movie, but I just wonder if they were. I don't. It almost seemed like they were kind of clubbing us over the head with the point, and I don't know whether that took some of the
What was the
humor
point?
out of it.
What was
But
the point?
thank goodness for McKinnon because she can make anything funny. She is hysterical. So love her. Anyway,
Next we have her. who
Oh
won
yeah.
original song in 2021, "Fight for You" and "Judas and the Black Messiah."
Yeah.
Her, if you don't know who her is, she was the woman who came out during the Super Bowl, the last Super Bowl with Usher, and just shredded the guitar like it was
That was
nobody's business.
awesome. When she came out
You
on that
saw Prince was
guitar,
still
it was
alive the
like
way she shredded the guitar.
it was all the vibes. And
Yes,
it was so funny
yes.
because people were talking online, about Alicia Keys and Ludacris and all the others. I'm like, and the skating, and I'm like, did y'all not catch her? Come on now.
Her was when she came out with that dude. It was yo. I'm
Her
just
was
I'm
fire.
I need to listen to more her music because I'm a her fan now. Carly Simon won Best Original Song in 1988. Let the Rivers Run, and the movie
Oh,
Working Girl.
Working Girl, or was that? I think that's yeah, Working Girl from what was it?
Yes,
Melanie Griffith.
Melanie Griffith. Yes,
Wow. That's awesome. And see, here's the thing too, because there are certain songs that are from movies, and uh, they might be sung by female singers, but in order to actually get the Oscar, the little gold dude, they had to have actually written the song.
yes.
Just singing the song doesn't get you an Oscar. I mean,
No.
ask Irene Cara because
And
she did
as you
Fame.
see, a
She
lot of these
sang it, sang
women,
her heart out, but she didn't get an Oscar for it.
yeah, a lot of these women who are nominated are singer songwriters and singer songwriters and things like that. So it's easy to see that they do those kind of things. And next we have
I'm sorry.
Melissa.
Before we go on, because I know some people listen to this as a podcast, but for those of you who can hang out with us on a Sunday night, listen live, we take your comments in. And Lisa said about the Barbie movie, she went to see it. It was just okay. But the whole thing with the scary, crazy Barbie was way too much. And yeah, she was way too much
Yeah.
over the top.
I didn't see it. So, hey, look, if you're in, I know we have some more people than Lisa and listening. Please comment. Let us know you're here. Let us say hi. Let us know you're here.
Yeah.
I would love to see who's here. Next, we have Melissa Etheridge, Best Original Song in 2007. I Need to Wake Up in the Inconvenient Truth uh, a
Okay. So
documentary.
okay. And again, so this is one this when I was looking at your list, I'm like, okay, this is news to me because I had no idea Melissa Etheridge had an Oscar, and I've never heard this song before. So I had to actually go kind of look it up because I don't think I saw an unconventional truth. I
You
may
can
have seen
mention
the
the
documentary, but I
Inconvenient
don't
Truth.
remember the music that went with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she won for that. Melissa Etheridge is an outstanding artist.
And you know what? Also,
Outstanding
Kenny,
artist.
I know we talked about it before, like EGOTs, because I think one of our people on the list, a couple of them may be EGOTs, but
Yes.
actually, a lot of these women, because they are singers, are probably eligible in that EGOT category. And EGOT stands for Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony. And a lot of if they already got the Oscar, most of them probably do have Grammys. As we go over the list, I'm pretty sure just about everybody on this list has at least
Yeah.
one Grammy up there.
Well, one of my celebrity crushes that's not on this list, Whoopi Goldberg has an EGOT.
Yeah, she has the EGOT.
She's my
But
celebrity
she's
crush.
not known as a singer, so that's why she wouldn't be
No.
on this list
Yeah.
necessarily. We were hitting.
So next we have
Oh wait,
Jennifer
before we
Hudson.
move on, are you sure Melissa Etheridge isn't one of your celebrity crushes? Since your
No, she's not.
celebrity crushes follow like a theme.
No, she's not. Wow, really? Is that what we're doing? Jennifer Hudson, Best Supporting Actress in
Now she's got an
2007
EGOT.
for Dreamgirls. She's got an EGOT.
I think she is EGOT.
Does Jennifer Hudson? Does she have a Tony?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay, somebody's got to fact check me on that, but I am pretty sure that Jennifer Hudson is EGOT. I think she might be the only EGOT on this list.
Okay, well, so we need somebody to
We'll
fact
fact
check.
check it later.
Somebody fact check.
We need
Now,
Ed.
next
I
one
miss
is
Ed.
one of the ones that I was definitely wanted to put in this because I love this. Cher, she won Best Actress in 1988 for Moonstruck, playing Loretta Costarini.
Snap
And
out of it.
I'm out of it.
That's the line everybody remembers from that movie. And actually,
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Moonstruck, the last scene in the kitchen where he shows up and then um
I've seen that
uh,
movie in
uh
so long. That
yeah,
that
yeah,
movie might need a
the
rewatch.
guy who's in Italy that she was supposed to marry, Danny Aiello, who passed away. He showed up because he came back home and he wanted to talk to her. He wanted to talk to Loretta, but then the brother shows up because he loves Loretta, and the whole family is sitting there, and the grandfather's looking and goes, "I'm so confused."
Yeah, that
And the father goes to Danny Aiello, "Don't take any long trips."
don't take any
I
long
love that.
trips.
Next, we have someone who who's going to be on this list, Barbara Streisand.
Now I think
She
she's an
won twice.
EGOT too.
Yeah, she might be an EGOT also, but she won twice. Best Actress in 1968 for Funny Girl, and Best Original Song in 1977, Evergreen, in the movie A Star Is Born.
Oh wait, so she's kind of like she's like double whammy. Like I know Billie Eilish was on there twice for winning two songs, but she's kind
Yeah,
of covering two different bases because she won one for acting. I think this is the first person to win for Oscar for acting and for singing or writing a
yes.
song rather.
Well,
So that's
it's Streisand.
so
I mean,
she's
come on.
got to be EGOT. Come on,
It is. I'm pretty sure she probably is EGOT.
Streisand.
'Cause, so she's got to be EGOT. We,
Yeah,
we got to check that out too. See, that'll be a show. The EGOTs, all the
E-
EGOTs. I
EGOT.
think Rita Moreno's the EGOT, isn't she?
I think she was one of the first. She's
Yeah, Rita
OG.
Moreno, I think, is the EGOT.
Rita Moreno is like OG EGOT.
Yeah, really? Yeah, yeah,
Back
yeah.
I think back before they even coined that phrase.
Hey, you know what else Rita Moreno is? Rita
Oh,
Moreno is part of the Fast and the Furious crew.
God. Please tell me she didn't do the Fast. She did the Fast and the
Yes,
Furious.
she did the last Fast and Furious. She played the grandmom in Fast and Furious. She was the grandmother in Fast and Furious.
Where have all the great actors gone to the Fast and Furious franchise? Why, people? Why? Why must you?
We used to pay. We used
Why
to
does
play.
everything come back? You know what? For years on the show, everything would tie back to Die Hard. Now everything's tying back to
Yeah,
Fast and
I was about to
Furious.
say that.
Are,
Now,
are you
everybody
are
thinks
you are you doing that in respect of Bruce Willis? But now everything is tying back to Fast and Furious. Why the connection?
I wish Bruce
Dumbest movie
Willis was
ever.
healthy. I wish Bruce Willis was healthy enough to do a Fast and Furious so we could tie them all together.
So
That would
everything
be
would
great.
tie together in a nice
Everything would tie
bow.
together. Next, we have Adele, who won Best Original Song in 2013 for Skyfall. That movie. That was a James Bond movie.
So and I guess I wonder again, that probably could be a show too, but I'm not as adept at James Bond movies. But I wonder how many different James Bond movies have actually won Oscars for Best Original Song. And again, not just singing the song, but also writing the song, because that's what
Yeah,
gets you the Oscar. Just singing the
yeah.
song. Well, we can get any heck. Ryan Gosling was on the Oscars singing last week.
I know. I'm glad I didn't watch the Oscars. I'm just saying. I don't want
You
to
know
see
what
Ryan
was
Gosling.
bad? After we finished, I watched some of it, and actually, I don't know whether it's Paramount Plus, one of those streaming services. You get our Hulu or something. I actually watched. I had the Oscars on yesterday when I was cleaning up the house, and it was just kind of playing in the background.
Yeah, I might watch. I don't know.
Yeah.
Last but not least on our list is Lady Gaga,
Ah.
and she won for Best Original Song in 2019, "Shallow," and that version of "A Star Is Born." So
Oh,
there's
that's weird
technically
because
four versions of the movie "A Star Is Born."
oh yeah, we talked about that one week, and
Yes.
Actually, that's interesting that two versions of that Star is Born got a had songs in it that were Oscar worthy. Barbara Streisand for Evergreen and Lady Gaga for uh
And
Sugar
if you think
Rush.
about it, if you think about it, out of the four movies, three of the actresses in A Star Is Born have won Oscars, and that's Lady Gaga, Barbara Streisand, and Judy Garland.
Oh. So that's like an Oscar winning role.
Yes, yes.
You know what?
I want,
Speaking
I want to do, I want
makes
to do a
and
male
remakes,
version. I want to act in a male version of A Star Is Born, so I can win an award.
okay. Speaking of mix and remakes, I was watching. I didn't catch all of it, but I caught a glimpse of the remake of Red Dawn.
Yeah, you know what? I actually like that remake.
Okay, I what I saw of it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it
Now,
wasn't
again,
bad.
the
It wasn't bad.
original is near and dear to my heart because it has all those stars from The Outsiders. Just about it's it's everything 80s. But I came in the middle, so I missed some of it. In this remake, was it the Russians who invaded, or was it someone else? Because it seems like they were
Yeah,
speaking.
I forget the remake, but I did like it. It was more modernized
Hmm.
because of the times, and it was pretty good. It had who was the star in that?
I don't know. Wasn't
Thor.
Tom Cruise's son in it?
He might have been. He might have been. And yes, he was. No, not Tom Cruise's son. I believe that was Brad Pitt's son. Was it Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt?
I think it's Tom Cruise. I don't think
It was,
Brad Pitt
well,
has a
whatever it
son
was,
that
it was an
acts.
adopted son. It was an adopted son for
Well,
whoever it
yeah, I
was.
know it's Tom Cruise's adopted son, but I think he was in it.
Yes, yes, and he kind of sacrificed himself and whatnot. He was
It actually wasn't as
and
bad
the
as I
guy,
thought it might
the
be.
kid from Drake and Josh, the Nickelodeon show Drake and Josh, the one who was the heavyset one, who apparently lost weight and was like, he's been playing and lately he's been on sitcoms playing leading men type
Uh,
roles because he lost weight and grew up and got better looking, I guess.
Oh,
And
it's kind of like Jerry O'Connell in
yes,
Stand By Me. He was considered
yes,
like the fat kid, but
yes. So
as an adult, he
he
grew
was
up.
actually the star. He was actually the brother. And this in the original, they focused on Patrick Swayze's role, but in
Mhm.
this one they focused on the younger brother more than they focused on the leader, Patrick
Okay.
Swayze's role. So in this one, in the original, we all know the two brothers possibly died, but in this one, the older brother died,
Don't do.
and
Whoa, 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 whoa! Are you doing spoiler
well,
alert?
like the movie's old. It's an old movie. If you haven't seen it now, come on.
That's not okay. All right, because if you were going to do a spoiler alert,
Spoiler alert!
okay, just heads up. Kenny's giving
Spoiler alert!
plot details. Go ahead.
The
Go
young
ahead.
the young brother
Spill
winds
the
up
tea.
at the end. The young brother winds up leading the charge. Him and his girlfriend that he went back to save. They wound up leading the whole revolution and everything like that, and giving the same speech that the big brother gave at the end, telling him that because the whole basis, and this is what I liked about the remake. The whole basis of this movie was that the young brother was self-centered and irresponsible, and after his brother died and he got into the cause, he became the responsible person that his big brother was and led the charge. And you know what other remake I really like better than the original?
What? Talk to
And I
me.
know I'm going to say something that's going to piss a lot of people off. Footloose.
Ooh. Okay.
I like the Footloose remake better than the original Footloose. It made
What?
more sense.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
it
whoa,
made
whoa,
more
whoa,
sense.
whoa,
The
whoa,
remake
whoa,
made more
whoa.
sense than the original.
The remake is better than the original. I couldn't
Yes.
sit
And
through that movie.
Footloose? Yes, it made way more sense.
Okay.
It made more sense.
Well, I do know that the remake of Fame was awful.
Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible.
Stay
But
away.
see, here's the thing.
The
And
original
the
Fame was
original
more
Footloose,
real and gritty than the original was just ugh.
and the
I mean,
original
I mean
Footloose,
the
at
remake
the end of,
rather
at the
was.
end of the day, at the end of the original Footloose, at the end of the day, all these kids knew how to dance real well, how to break dance, how to do these new moves when they weren't supposed to be able to dance or anything. But in the remake, you saw that the kids were sneaking behind the parents and they were dancing and they were battling and they were doing all this other stuff. So at the end, when they were doing all this stuff, at the end, it was plausible because you knew that they were sneaking behind with the modern technology of the day, and they were seeing all these new dances anyway, and they were also doing these new dances because they were dancing at the drive-in when when it was supposed to be looking at movies, they were dancing. So it made more sense. The new Footloose made more sense.
Here's
And
just
while I'm on the subject of remakes, I saw something online, and I think it should be remade. Remember the movies back in the 70s of Bill Cosby
oh,
and
let's
Sidney
do it
Poitier?
again.
Let's Do It Again.
Uptown Saturday.
Um, Uptown Saturday Night. I think these movies should be remade.
You That's
Follow
so
me on
weird
this.
that you say that because my next question to you would be, and I wasn't thinking back in the 70s. I was actually thinking of the 80s. Like, they did a remake of Red Dawn. They did a remake of Footloose. They did a lame remake of Fame. But are there any other movies from the 80s that you think could be remade, updated,
I
and
think
actually
with
improved?
today's technology and I think you can remake Weird Science right off the top of my head.
Oh, okay. So, to remake it, but again, incorporating
Bring it up to,
kind of what we
yes.
know now about AI and
So
using.
what I'm saying, but check this out. What I was saying before: Uptown Saturday Night, Piece of the Action, Let's Do It Again, the Sidney Poitier, Bill Cosby movies. I think they could remake and to remake those. Now, follow me because of Fast and the Furious and the chemistry on Fast and the Furious. I think if you remake those and use Tyrese and Ludacris to be the comic team to remake those Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby movies, I think you would have something.
Comedy gold.
Yes, because their chemistry together is hilarious. But if you
So
put
you
them
need to
together
this
in a
like
remake,
to the
yeah,
studios.
I've
So
been
by
thinking about
the
this
way,
all week to say
studios,
this.
if you're
I've been thinking about
listening,
this all week just to say it tonight.
you've been stirring that pot all week just to deliver this
Just to say
little
it
piece
tonight.
of
Yes,
cake with the tea. All
yes,
right. Ludacris and Tyrese should be the new Cosby Poitier in a remake of Let's Do It Again.
yes.
That's what you're pitching.
That's what I'm pitching.
All right. All right.
Ludacris and Tyrese, Let's Do It
So
Again
is
remake, a
here you
piece of
got
the
this
action
$1 million
remake,
idea and you just threw it out there for
Uptown Saturday
free.
Night
Somebody
remake.
could take it and use it and you won't get
Yes,
a dime.
yes. I think you should remake those, make them up to date to because you see the comedy and the connection that they have in the Fast and Furious movies. They are the comic relief of the Fast and Furious movies a lot of times,
Hmm.
especially Tyrese. And you put them together in this kind of you put them together in this kind of movie. Oh yeah, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be great. Hey, let me hear the audience if you agree. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. But if you've
You
never
know what?
seen these
My
movies,
my thing was stuck, so
hey Scooby
I
Life.
couldn't see some of the comments. So Scooby Life, hey, how are you? I couldn't see some of the comments. I apologize. And then I saw a thing going new comments. I'm like, there's no new comments. Oh, my thing wasn't scrolling. So Ludacris and Tyrese. All right. I like it. I like it. If they're not
Or if you
available, who would you
any other actor
cast?
to remake this, or you know who would be good.
Who would you cast
You know,
as Bootney Thorne?
it'd be good if you use somebody like um, who's a short comic that everybody thinks is funny. um,
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart,
Mm,
and somebody like um, Morris Chestnut. Somebody needs to be good looking.
okay. Dag, you just threw
You're
all
not using Kevin
shade on
Hart
Kevin
to be.
Hart.
You're not using Kevin Hart to be good looking. You're using Kevin Hart to be funny.
So Kevin Hart and more. Actually, I think Morris Chestnut is supposed to be on a new BET series called
Yes,
uh
yes, that was mentioned at the awards last night.
oh, I did. You
Um,
watch the awards? I actually watched the
no,
awards.
I watched a little bit of it. I don't like award shows so much.
I'm not. I used to be a bigger fan. I'm not. I'm not as much anymore. But I did watch the NAACP Image Awards. I watched a little bit of those, and it looks like the color purple was the big winner for the NAACP Image Awards.
They gave Don Cheadle an award
Okay,
for Best Supporting Actor, and Don Cheadle is one of the. He's
don't
like
tell me he's in the Fast and Furious.
no, he's not, but he should be because he's one of the best actors ever, and
Oh,
he
but you know,
is.
I wanted to win, or I thought would win some more
What
awards.
the,
Was
what I want to say is real
American
quick. What I want
Fiction?
to say is
Uh,
they gave him an award. All the things he's done has been outstanding. They gave him an award for the worst thing he ever did, which is Avengers Secret Invasion on Marvel, and that was the most horrible limited series ever. And he played such a small part in it. They gave him an award for that, and I'm like, there's so many things that this man has done that's been a credit to cinema, and
but
you're going to give
again,
him an
I
award
think
for
that
this?
that's like the kind of blessing and curse of award shows, because a lot of times there might be an outstanding performance or a career making performance, and they don't get the acknowledgement. And again, I always think of the Oscar that the original Color Purple should have gotten, or that even Whoopi
Yeah,
Goldberg should have gotten, and the fact that they gave it to her for Ghost, that which was to me a
yeah, and the
and
fact that
she had a
I
better
think
performance than Karina, or I mean, just any host of some of her
yes,
movies than Ghost, in my opinion, just in my opinion.
yeah.
So
I
a
love
lot of
Karina
times
Karina, by the way.
they don't award for like the best performance that an
Yes,
actor is given, because I don't think, although I still don't think Holly Berry really has had an Oscar worthy role. I really didn't care too much for the performance in Monsters Ball,
I
but
never
that's
seen
just
Monsters
me.
Ball. I never
And
seen Monsters Ball.
and again, I don't think Training Day was Denzel's best work, but yet that's what he got
It
awarded.
wasn't. Training Day
So
was not as good. Oh,
just
although
like the
that
Oscars made
ending
those
scene,
mistakes, I don't think the NAACP Image Awards isn't above making the same kind of mistakes.
although the last Training Day was not Denzel's best role,
Mhm.
but that last scene in Training Day, that last scene in Training Day, that well, not the last scene, but that scene in Training Day kind of is classic. Jay, we go look. Jay, come back, Jay. Wait a minute now. That, as a matter of fact, I might go on YouTube and watch that again because that scene is great. And
That's
and then speaking of that scene, um, who's that? The father of Everybody Hates Chris. Um,
the
what is
father on Everybody Hates Chris.
what is his
I'm going
name?
blank now.
Yeah, we know the actor, football player, ex-football player, actor now. But anyway, he was in that scene, and he said he never got any money for that.
Oh wow.
He didn't get paid for that scene per se. He said, but the thing with this is that scene opened up doors for him,
Mhm.
and and so and myself as an artist, you have to realize that sometimes it's not about the money; it's about the exposure in certain things that you do. It's
Okay.
about like getting the exposure that you need for certain things, and he went for that exposure. So,
All right.
and which led him on to playing so many different roles.
Okay. As we round up the hour, uh, just want to do we know what we're talking about next?
Next week, since we are still honoring women,
Mhm.
I thought it'd be a very funny thing to honor female comics.
Haven't we done female comics before?
No, we did comics in general. We've not
Okay.
done female comics. And if we've done it before, hell, we'll do them again. Female comics.
Okay. So that's where we'll be coming from next Sunday night
Yes.
on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Scooby Life, Cousin Lisa, all the folks who are
Whoever else is in
hanging
the
out with
feed that
us.
doesn't want to speak up.
We appreciate it. We appreciate
Yes.
you.
Love
And again, I don't know what to say. Have your best week ever. As always, we wish you love, peace, and pop culture.
God bless your soul and keep living. Peace.
I don't know what I did with the closing.
Terry Crews. Terry Crews.
Huh?
He was in Training Day.
Who?
Lisa just told me Terry Crews.
Oh, Terry Crews. Okay, yeah.
Terry Crews. He was in
You
Train,
know what?
but he was in Training Day. He didn't make any money from that.
And he didn't make any money from it?
No, he said he didn't make
Wow.
any money from it, but he got the exposure that he needed to further his career.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Getting all the details, all the facts. Getting them facts straight. All right. We're out of here. We'll see you next week. I'm looking at the wrong thing because I can't find the closing credit.
Thank you for geeking out with Kathy and Kenny on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture.